I don't know. But I'm using my office. Just gonna be away for a few days. We got new. I don't want to wear it because it's gonna look weird with my makeup. So we got John. So there was a dog barking, and yeah, that's where we left off. The dog was barking across the street from the college at 2:30 and 3 a.m. That's what just started at the beginning. We're just at the beginning of chapter 6. They went outside to determine what had provoked the canine outburst and saw a woman dressed in a polo coat. She slipped through the gate of 23 Nickel Avenue and entered the house. The woman, as it turned out, was Frances Hall. So her husband was having an affair with the other man's wife. So that's why this is important. She confirmed this to Totten and Beekman while nervously describing her movements on the night of Edward's disappearance. Frances explained that after Edward's phone call, he told Frances he was heading to the church. Eleanor had summoned him with questions regarding the hospital bill from her kidney operation. Frances didn't expect Edward to be out very long, but the minutes of his absence turned into hours. Concerned and anxious, she asked her brother Willie to accompany her to St. John's. Maybe Edward had fallen asleep in his study. Around 2 a.m., they walked to the church and, finding the doors locked and the lights off, returned home. They entered through the rear door, Frances said, failing to account for why only she and not Willie had been seen doing so. She couldn't explain why or how Edward ended up in that field with Eleanor. As Beekman recalled, Mrs. Hall said that she knew of nobody who had a grievance against him. Frances and Willie weren't the only ones who paid a visit to St. John's in the middle of the night. Jim Mills must have just missed them or vice versa. After waking up around 2 a.m. and realizing Eleanor hadn't returned, he threw on a pair of overalls and walked over. I thought that my wife had been taken sick in the church, Jim told Beekman in a separate interrogation on September 17th. She was not a strong woman, and I knew of no other place to look for her. I looked all over the church for her, but there was nothing to indicate that she had been there. Jim and Frances crossed paths several times the next day, first encountering one another at St. John's around 7 a.m. My husband hasn't been home since last night, Frances said. My wife hasn't been home since last night either, Jim replied. I read that bitch yesterday, but I can skip your recap. Later that morning, Frances twice visited 49 Carmen Street to speak with Jim. During one of their conversations, Jim said, "What do you think? Is it an elopement? It must be foul play, or they would be home," Frances replied. Frances later denied hearing Jim say this, and Jim claimed the elopement remark was just something that came into my mind. His explanation strained credulity, and then again, whenever someone prodded Jim about his wife's cheating, he pleaded ignorance. Okay. I take no stock in the malicious stories that are now going around, he told a reporter. Jim even had an explanation for the love letters. She was fond of reading books of romance. She very often copied passages from these books that struck her fancy. She used to carry them in her brown scarf, and one day I demanded that she show them to me. They were harmless things, so I forgot about them. Do we look stupid? Do we look stupid, Jim? We know that you know. You know that you know. Just be honest. He did it. I know he did it, because why is he lying about it? If he didn't do it, he would have just said, yeah, I knew my wife was cheating. GG's. But no, he's trying to lie about it. He did it. Him and Percy did it together, mark my words. Later in the afternoon, on the day the bodies were discovered, Frances sat on the front porch preparing funeral notices. Jim walked up the driveway to the Hall mansion, climbed the front steps, and collapsed into a chair, regaining his composure after Frances fetched aromatic spirits of ammonia. When he asked Frances what she thought of the whole situation, Frances kept declaring of her husband, "I would trust him more than I trust myself. If that was true, he wouldn't have mentioned it. He knows he wrong for lying. I'm saying, I really think they did it together. And you don't trust him, okay? It's no way you didn't trust him." A week later, on Sunday, September 23rd, Frances stepped out of a detective's car in front of the Middlesex County Courthouse, accompanied by one of her maids, Louise Geist, and her best friend, Sally Clarkson Peters, a fervent suffragist and member of the League of Women Voters. Peters was the same age as Frances, with the same privileged Episcopal upbringing. At 48, they were as close as two people could be outside the bonds of marriage, which back then would probably be sent to jail for, because that's called gay marriage, and I'm pretty sure that was beyond just illegal back then. So yeah. With Edward's death, Sally became an even more intimate companion, rushing down from New York as soon as she caught wind of the tragedy and never straying far from Frances's side. To avoid detection by the growing number of journalists stalking around about town, Frances entered the courthouse through the basement, sneaking in by way of a door intended for coal delivery. Once inside, she lowered herself into a chair in the offices of Middlesex County Prosecutor Joseph Stricker, where she was questioned for 2 hours. Oh no, that's too much. Turn this thing. I can actually smell it. It's getting to me. A stenographer took notes as the assembled officials pressured Frances to concede her husband's infidelity, each inquiry a bit more impertinent than the last. You suspect Mr. and Mrs. Mills might have gone away together? No, absolutely no. They had always been extremely friendly. Friendly, yes. No one else in Dr. Hall's company as much as Mr. Mills. I should say he saw others as much as he did her. You don't even believe yourself. You're lying and you don't even believe yourself. Why would you lie? Just tell the truth. He's dead now. It's okay. Just tell the truth. She did it. Because why else would she be lying? I guess because maybe it's hard to be like, dang, he's dead and he was cheating. Like, maybe that's hard to deal with. But at the same time, I think she had something to do with it. Did not Dr. Hall receive a great telephone calls from Mrs. Mills? I should say only occasionally. Didn't it seem that Mr. Hall and Mrs. Mills were extremely friendly? No. No suggestion of improper relations between them. Absolutely none. Toward the end, it was suggested that the widow's anxiety to preserve Edward's reputation in the community and to keep intact her belief in him outweighed her desire to see his killer apprehended. Okay. At the end of the day, I don't care about none of that. Go ahead and spill the beans. Go ahead and spill the tea, whatever. Tigers, thank you for the follow. I appreciate you. Thank you so much. I am so sure of his guiltlessness, Frances shot back, that no matter what came to light, she paused. You must certainly want the guilty part brought to justice. One of the interrogators continued. If that had to be done at the expense of disclosing some things that would not reflect well on the character of your husband, would you want that done? Wait, if that had to be done at the expense of disclosing some things that would not reflect well on the character of your husband, would you want that done? His friends know he can do no wrong, Frances countered. Whatever you found. When Frances emerged from the courthouse nearly 2.5 hours later, the press awaited. She held up her handbag to block the cameras, her face obscured by a heavy mourning veil that Julia Hartman of the Daily News described as being as black as the night. Which clothed in secrecy the movements of the slayer. She's a good writer. She said all of that about a purse. Julia Hartman is a W writer. She said the press is as black as the night, which clothed in secrecy the movements of the slayer. She thinks Frances killed them. Amid the frenzy, Frances stumbled and had to practically be lifted into a waiting car. Sally Peters announced to reporters that Frances would dictate a prepared statement back at 23 Nickel Avenue. When the reporters arrived, Frances invited one of them inside to represent all the newspapers in a brief interview. She entered the drawing room on Peters' arm in a black crepe de chine dress. No jewelry, her gray hair brushed back from her broad forehead. She began with the prepared statement detailing her movements from the Wednesday before Edward's disappearance to the Saturday morning when he was found. Then she entertained questions. Did you have any feeling of enmity or jealousy towards Mrs. Mills? Or did you ever quarrel with her? Absolutely not. Or anyone else? No. You have stated that you do not know the perpetrators of the crime. Do you know anybody who might have done this, or have you any ideas of to the motive? Not the slightest, Frances replied, tears welling behind her pince-nez glasses. I have the utmost trust and confidence in my husband, and I know of nothing wrong that he has ever done. Okay, now you're just doing the most. Now you're literally just doing the most. You're acting like he's a literal saint, like he feeds the hungry and gives to the poor. Girl, just fess up. It's okay. It's okay. The notion that Jim and Frances were ignorant of the affair defied reason. Rumors had circulated for some time, and their virulence had now laid bare. Okay, just 1 second. Just give me 1 second. Give me one. Come on. Bare. What learn this together? What does virulence mean? Virulence. Definition. What does virulence mean? The severity or harmfulness of a disease or poison. Bitter hostility, rancor. That's a lot. Think about the fact that I don't know what enmity means. Your makeup looks so good. Thank you, Gabby. I appreciate it. Which side glow? Where did I see that word? The notion that Jim and Frances were ignorant of the affair defied reason. Rumors had circulated for some time that their virulence, bitter hostility, or virulence was now laid bare. People are coming forward, the New York Times reported, to tell of having seen Dr. Hall and Mrs. Mills together on lonely roads outside New Brunswick in the past. What maybe is so annoying to have people like spying on your every move when you're trying to be in secret. I might as well just run away and get married together or something, but they couldn't. There was the pharmacist on Easton Avenue who served them ice cream sodas. Okay. There was the boy at school who asked Charlotte Mills, "What are your mother and Dr. Hall doing so often together up in the 6th Ward?" There was the man who bumped into Edward and Eleanor on a train back from Manhattan one evening. "It was not any of my business if they ran around on expeditions," he said. St. John's teemed with gossip. Members of the choir, as one of them told the local newspaper, had been acutely conscious of Edward and Eleanor's intimacy for 2 years. It's been that long. The way they danced together at church socials, the sight of Eleanor accompanying the Reverend to his study at the conclusion of every rehearsal. Investigators learned that Eleanor was known to leave notes for Edward in the church kitchen, between the pages of a hymnal or prayer book, and a large book on a low shelf in Edward's study. There were whispers she had left one for him the day of the murders. A shed behind the church was said to be their secret love nest. Okay, nothing about this affair is a secret. Literally everybody sees y'all being together, and like, y'all don't know how to keep it secret. I'm gonna just keep it real. They don't know how to keep it secret. Okay, so whoever, it could have been a bunch of people that did this, because literally the whole town knows about it. Going to get ice cream together at the pharmacist. Are you okay? You know everybody knows who you are because this is a small town and you're the Reverend. Does that make sense to you? Like, one day in the summer of 1921, a man from the choir spotted Edward and Eleanor in Manhattan walking together like bride and bridegroom in front of the Rivoli Theater at Broadway and 48th Street. Mrs. Mills was hanging on Mr. Hall's arm with both hands. This is making me sick. He told the authorities she was looking up at his face, smiling. Other parishioners said Edward and Eleanor had spent several days together at the Haddon Hall Hotel in Atlantic City, where they were seen splashing around in the ocean. A vestryman named Ralph Corslin, who would later become a key figure in the case, admitted that one of his colleagues had gone to Reverend Mr. Hall and in a friendly spirit spoken to him about the gossip and suggested to him that measures of some sort be taken to put an end to the unpleasant situation. One of the most well-traveled tales involved a summer retreat at Point Pleasant for the women of the congregation. I'm gonna stop right there. I'm gonna stop there. But this is ridiculous. Okay. For the wife, for Francis and Jim to be like, yeah, I didn't know my wife was cheating. Yeah, I didn't know my husband was cheating. Everybody else knew. How didn't you know? You live with them. This is ridiculous. I'm done with this book. This is how far we are, by the way. This is what we read. It is what we didn't read yet. When I see pictures. Oh, I don't want to skip ahead. I'm not going to do it. I have a bad habit of doing this. Alright, it's time for our Halloween books. I'm so excited. Before we get into Halloween books, my curiosity is absolutely killing me. So let's go ahead and read Don't Trust Fish. Because what are you talking about? Okay. And then we'll read Halloween books after. Don't Trust Fish. Written by Neil Sharpson. Illustrated by Caldecott medalist Dan Sentat. Don't Trust Fish. And look at how he looks. Or it looks. I love that color. It says, fish. They're in our homes, they're in our water. But what do we really know about them? Don't trust fish. Don't trust fish. Oh my god, the boat. It's sunk. It says number 12, SS Minnow. Are you saying fish sunk the SS Minnow? What are you talking about? Okay. This animal has fur. This animal is warm-blooded. This animal feeds her babies milk. This animal is a mammal. Facts. This book is gonna be really hard to get down. This animal is cold-blooded. This animal has dry, scaly skin. This animal lays eggs. This animal is a reptile. Right, true. Okay. This animal has feathers. This animal is a bird. That's it. Anything with feathers is a bird. Birds are dead easy. Okay. What are you trying to be? This is a fish. Don't trust fish. Why? Fish don't follow any rules. Some of them have gills, some have lungs, some live in salt water, some live in fresh. These are rebels. So some lay eggs, some don't. They are rebels and outlaws. Don't trust fish. Some fish eat seaweed. Some fish eat other fish. Bark with the follow. Thank you so much. Some fish eat poor, innocent crabs who are just trying to have a nice time in the sea. Don't trust fish. He crabs do the book. That's a giant fish. If you have the last of all, do not watch this. Fish spend all their time in the water where we can't see them. What are they talking about? Are they plotting our doom? We must learn their fishy secrets. I like this book a lot. This is Jeff. Okay, what? This is Jeff. We think he's their leader. He looks harmless, but don't be fooled. He's the craftiest fish of all. Don't trust Jeff. Don't trust fish. Is he really that harmful? Let's ask this wise old fisherman. Mr. Fisherman, should we trust fish? Yar, only fools and landlubbers trust them scurvy sea scoundrels. I don't know why he sounds like a pirate. That's weird. Don't trust fish. Probably because he was a pirate. A group of fish is called a school. But what are they learning in these schools? We have a right to know. This book is pretty. I like it. It's like a reporter. A reporter narrator. 19 meters. This is a whale shark. It's the largest fish in the world. It's the size of a bus. That's not okay. I feel you on that one. I ain't gonna lie. I feel you on that one. Because why is a fish that big? Okay, I feel you on that. Oh no, this is so scary. The anglerfish lives in the deepest part of the ocean and looks the way all fish do on the inside. The anglerfish attracts poor, defenseless crabs by glowing. This is called bioluminescence. It's called cheating and being nasty, tricksy fish. They may already be in your home, watching you. Pancakes are yummy. You know what else is yummy? Is that? Is it just darkness? That's okay, yeah. It's Pancakes are yummy, sire. Oh, they're reporting back. You have done well. Oh, he's a spy. A fish spy. You might think you're safe if you don't have a fish tank. Wrong. Ships always sink at sea. They never sink on land. Isn't that strange? Don't trust fish. Maybe that's because the whole point of something sinking means that it's in water. Catfish, seahorse, tiger shark, fish, fish, fish. We see through your tricky disguises. Don't trust fish. This fish is okay. You can trust him. I think this is a trap. This is a trap. I think this is a trap. No, see, I told you. No, that was a test. Don't trust fish, especially not this one. This is the worst fish. How is this the worst fish? Oh my goodness. I know it was a test. I know it. Crabs are not fish. Crabs are your friends. This crab made you a sandwich. Isn't that nice? I don't want a sandwich. I want crab legs. But that look a nice sandwich, I guess. Okay. We don't know that fish have giant battle aquariums with laser beams and big long legs that they will one day use to take over the world. Those guys freaking out. We don't know that they don't have them either. Maybe they're on their way. They could be here any moment. Don't trust fish, don't trust fish, don't trust fish. Yeah, I will do the right thing when I grab this book. Sorry, I got a little carried away there. Where were we? This animal is cold-blooded. This animal lays its soft eggs in water. This animal can breathe air and water. This animal is an amphibian. The end. Don't trust fish. The crab wrote this book. The crab wrote this book. On air. Is that two energy drinks? 3 energy drinks. Let's get into it. Why did the crab? I did not figure that out. The crab was already in the book. This was a really good book. I recommend it if you like reading some short books like this. Don't trust fish. I know by the title it was gonna be good. There are plenty of fish in the sea. Don't trust any of them. Okay, let's read a Halloween book. We got John Pink's Halloween. We got Frank the Cinnamon Spider. We got Albert's Halloween. We've got Ginny Keane and the Jack-o'-lantern. We'll do 2 because I have 4. So we can do today and do tomorrow. And then we'll do some spooky ASMR. I don't know what kind of spooky ASMR, but I'll figure it out and go up there. Let's do let's do this one first. John Pig's Halloween by Jan L. Waldron. Pictures by David McPhail. John Pig's Halloween. It was cool and hazy on Halloween night. The silvery moon shed a ghostly white light. As the fog billowed in and bats flitted about, trick-or-treat piggies got dressed to step out. We love a good rhyming book. I can't wait. 2 of the pigs made a long flowing cape with safety pins, thread, and some shiny black tape. Another smeared rouge on the beaming brown face of a piggy whose ears were wrapped in red lace. One of the pigs wore a huge rubber nose, suspenders with knickers, and a blue checkered hose. A tiny chic pig donned a towering chapeau, then finished things off with a tangerine bow. Oh my god, I just got pink. I was expecting it, but I wasn't expecting it. I got the fireplace going. It's really toasty. Cozy. In masks and warm jackets and long floppy shoes, the boisterous piggies perfected their I'm gonna start over. In masks and warm jackets and long floppy shoes, the boisterous piggies perfected their boobs. But one silent piggy, whose first name was John, just sat in the shadows with no costume on. Let's move it, let's roll. What's your bag and disguise? I'm not going, John said. Go without me, you guys. Not going, they howled. Did we hear you right? I'm tired, said John. I'll stay home tonight. John's a party pooper. The pig is dressed up as an alligator. So the gussied up piggies all bid John adieu as they rushed to the doorway and crowded on through. But John wasn't tired, he was nervous and scared. He would have dressed up and gone out if he dared. You're missing out on the fun, John. It's literally one night a year. You gotta lock in and go out. When no treaters called or were even in sight, John feared he was in for a long, lonely night. So he pulled a fat pumpkin from deep in the pile and carved out a face with a wide, jagged smile. Look at the ghost just chilling behind him. Oh my gosh, that's such a cozy kitchen. I love the kitchen. The green kitchen is like an old fashioned. Then he thought he heard grumbling outside the door, and saw wavering spirits float up and through the floor. And when a dark shadow swept past his nose, John dove under the table, shivered, and froze. Oh my goodness, it's getting scary. It's getting spooky, 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 spooky. Kaboom came a bang and a loud piercing yelp. Had somebody crashed who needed his help? He heard a long moan and the door seemed to creak. Who was outside? Did he dare take a peek? I wonder who could be at the door. When he did, what he saw was a striped yellow-eyed cat, and a small crumpled witch in a banged-up black hat. What happened? Gasped John. Are you here for a treat? Of course, said the witch without skipping a beat. But these steps are too dark. Where's your Halloween light? Just a minute, said John. This will brighten the night. That's better, she said. Now the others can see. So where are the goodies for Kitty and me? That's a really big pumpkin. It's like double his size. We have long curly ribbons of red licorice and crystal rock candy right here in this dish. Yuck, the witch scowled. You call that a treat? You need savory snacks that real monsters can eat. Thank you for the roses, Darren. Oh my gosh, we're going insane with the 70 roses. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Thank you, Darren. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. As she zoomed around the room with the broomstick with her okay. I appreciate you. More roses, thank you so much. You're the sweetest. Oh my god. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I appreciate you. I'm so special. Thank you for the 140 roses. That'll be your gift. Thank you so much. As she zoomed around the room with her broomstick and cat, she spied leftover pumpkin and said, "Don't waste that. We can make a molasses and spiced pumpkin pie. Salt seeds and toast them till crispy and dry." Not gonna lie, that sounds delicious. Thank you for making me sleep. No problem. I love Peggy's heart. But a pumpkin and molasses pie and spice pumpkin pie sounds good. That sounds delicious. This is the picture, by the way. So put on an apron and go wash your hands. Then get out some bowls and a dozen round pans. Have you got any apples, any cinnamon sticks? Find what I need and I'll show you some tricks. I don't think we should have let her in our house. I don't really trust her anymore. She's ordering me around. She's ordering John Payne around. I don't trust her anymore. That's why she bossing us around. John and the witch began sifting and stirring. She cracked the eggs as the blender was whirring. He scooped out pumpkin and mashed it all up. She mixed heaps of sugar and cream in a cup. He working, look at him, he's working already, trying to figure out how he became a hard worker all of a sudden. He was chilling before she showed him. He rolled out the dough for the tarts and the pies, while the witch made witch cookies with raisins for eyes. Now we are cooking, she said with a grin. Open the oven, we've got food to put in. I'm not gonna lie. Fresh baked cookies with raisins for eyes sounds delicious. Soon more trick-or-treaters began to stop by. They seen the lit pumpkin and smelled the warm pie. They're my pals, the witch whispered in John's little ear. They're loud and they're messy, but nothing to fear. Trick or treat, howled the callers, bring on the fun. John offered them seeds since the pies were not done. I know my mom used to eat pumpkin seeds. She used to snack on pumpkin seeds. I don't know if she still eats them though. I think I tried it and the texture was a little too bouncy. It wasn't in a bad way. It was just I might try it again though, but she used to eat pumpkin seeds. My thing was more sunflower seeds. When the Halloween goodies were ready to eat, the noisy crowd drooled and tripped over their feet. A man in a cape from his ears to his toes smeared cream on his chin and some more on his nose. A wild woolly werewolf who howled at the moon slurped pie from a bowl with a big wooden spoon. Wow, look at all those scary creatures. Now this is what I call a Halloween party, okay? It's scary, but it's also cozy in there. This looks like a vibe. Is that a wizard? Oh my god, I didn't even notice the wizard. Oh my god, I just had a flashback memory. You guys know, if you ever had VHS tapes, Mickey Mouse would be the opening screen before the movie came on, and he would be a wizard. He would have the wizard hat and the wizard outfit, and I literally used to have the Mickey Mouse wizard hat. I just remembered that. I'm gonna have to look that up. They got cakes, pies, muffins. Yeah, they got cookies. While the witch and the wizard slow waltzed through the air, a slimy green creature slipped right off its chair, and oozed in between dirty discoing brutes who had spiders with webs on their crusty white suits. Okay. As this ghostly group danced and chowed down his food, a beaming John Pig was caught up in the mood. Okay, he's happy now. Look at him, he's happy now. He's not scared no more. He's chilling. Look at this guy. Look at this guy right here. He looks kind of goofy. Kind of kooky. Is that an Elvis Presley? Okay, I'm done. Is that Elvis Presley? Like a vampire or something. More roses from Del Rey. Thank you so much. Everyone follow Del Rey right now. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Thank you. Thank you so much. I wish you could stay and this party could last. Me too, gushed the witch. This bash was a blast. It really was. I had fun. Did you guys have fun at the party? But I'm sorry to say that our gang must head back while the moon is still out and the sky is still black. Oh, they can't be out in the daytime. This was the best book I've ever read. I can feel the vibe through the page. As always, next year, next Halloween, we'll come back for a visit and check out the scene. Oh my gosh, look. They're coming in through the back door, his friends, his family, and they're leaving out the front. They're leaving out the back and they're coming John's housemates returned with stuffed bags and cold toes, with popsicle noses and lopsided bows. Poor John, they all sighed, he has really missed out. He skipped Halloween and been lonely, no doubt. Please tell me they don't. Please tell me they don't. I hope they don't. I hope he tells them what happened. Yikes, said the pigs as they spotted John's pies. They could not believe their tired pink eyes. Welcome home, said John Pig. Would you care for some mousse? Persimmon plum pie or my spiced apple juice? Spiced apple juice, that sounds good. I just realized I have not had apple cider all fall. I think that's illegal. I think that's a crime. You're supposed to have apple cider when the fall starts. I haven't. I've had hot chocolate a few times, but no apple cider. I'm really a cider club. Our house is so cozy, the aroma so pleasing. We're so tuckered out from our trick-or-treat teasing. John offered his housemates fat muffins with cream, orange-striped sundaes, and pumpkin supreme. Orange sundaes, oh my God. Look at this kitchen, there's so much to eat. Yum, cooed the pigs as they downed one last treat. I'm not gonna lie, muffins with cream sound so good. Please tell me the author has recipes in the back of this book so I can do this. John opened the pumpkin and blew out the light. He covered the cakes and called it a night. He climbed up the stairs and crawled into bed, with visions of goblins and ghosts in his head. In the dark he slept soundly, no longer afraid, and dreamed of the many new friends that he'd made. John had a better night than the other ones did. The end. Look at her moving, the cat in the wait in the moonlight up into the moon. I really like that Halloween story. That was really vibey. It was scary at first, but they were harmless. They were really cool. They had to go before the sun came up. That was a good one. Okay, we got more Halloween books. Let's do one more. Albert's Halloween. Frank the Seven-Legged Spider. This isn't officially a Halloween book. I just thought because it had a spider that it would be. We got Albert's Halloween and Ginny Reed and the Jack Lantern. I think I know what we're gonna do. Let's do this one because I'm curious what it's about. Ginny Reed and the Jack-o'-lantern. Written by Irene Smalls, illustrated by Kainu White. Let's see what's going on. Ginny Reed and the Jack-o'-lantern. Author's note. Oh my God, it's a black button. I was only talking about that earlier. The story is about a time when black people's knowledge was created by imagination and passed on by tongue. It was against the law to teach a black person to read and write, so the wise of the world were reasoned by their hearts and minds. This story is based on authentic African American folk tales, songs, and oral histories found in the following sources. Once upon a time, when the great mountains were high, before they pebbled apart into the sandy beach that we are standing on today, before today's present time of laughter, there was a time of great tears that ran so full and so deep that rivers were made that rivers were made that still flow. In this time of tears, our fathers' fathers, father and mothers. In this time of tears, our father's father and mother's mother worked rain wet and sun dry, sun up to sundown. Each rising sun meant another hard day. In this hardest of hard times, there was still joy, because there were children. Children with round cheeks and round curls. Such a child was Jenny Reed. Isn't that a bright, beautiful smile? Let's see what's going on. Jenny Reed's daddy, Charles Hubert, and her mommy, Mary Ellen, worked in the cotton fields, leaving Jenny Reed under the watchful eye of Sister Louisa, the slave quarter roots woman. Some said that Sister Louisa was a witch, for she worked with roots and plants to make healing potions. But Sister Louisa was kind, and children were her special joy. On the day before Halloween, Jenny Reed was strutting around the slave quarter, feeling fit as a fiddle. The quarter's rude wooden cabins fenced in by the overseer's house. The hen house, the barn, and the cotton house was Jenny Reed's world. Sister Louisa was busily stitching a dress for Jenny Reed's new doll baby. She carefully reached into her breast pocket and took her yearly ration of 3 buttons. She sewed 2 of the buttons on the doll's face. Then she returned the last button to her pocket. Sister Louisa slipped a small asafoetida bag around the doll's neck to ward off sickness, and she handed it to Jenny Reed. As the small girl cradled the doll, a dark cloud rolled across the sky. Jenny Reed looked up and asked, "Sister Louisa, what is thunder?" "Child, thunder is the movement of God's feet across the sky, and the lightning is the wrinkling of his eyes," Sister Louisa answered. That haircut is before that doll is before its time with that haircut. "Sister Louisa, when will I be free?" Jenny Reed asked. "When you can read your title clear to the mansion in the sky," Sister Louisa whispered. "Now hush, child, those words can bring you trouble past telling." Later, as the sun slips slowly down the sky, Sister Louisa said, "When day clean come, it's All Hallows Eve. On Halloween, witches, ghosties, and all manner of beasties is about. But the worst creature of them all is that jack-o'-lantern." "Jack-o'-lantern? What's a jack-o'-lantern, Sister Louisa?" Jenny Reed asked fearfully as she held her doll close to her. Yeah, what is a jack-o'-lantern? Okay. Don't worry, I'm a W reader. It's not as long as it looks. Watch it. "Well, child, the jack-o'-lantern is this terrible creature who wanders dusk to dawn with its lantern through woods and marshes, seeking to lead people to their destruction. The jack-o'-lantern is a hideous little being, somewhat like people in form, but covered with hair like a dog. It has a great Okay, this is scary. I'm scared. I'm actually scared. It's actually scary. It has a great googly Google eyes and no lips, just a big wide gash open from ear to ear. In height, it ain't more than 4 or 5 feet, and it's skinnier than a board. But oh, the jack-o'-lantern has magic powers. It has the power of locomotion." Okay, this is such an old-fashioned talk. I barely understand what she's saying sometimes, but I get what she's saying, but yeah. "You can't overtake it or escape from it. Once it got you in its power, for it can leap higher than a grasshopper to most any distance. And its strength is beyond all human resistance. 10 men couldn't wrestle the jack-o'-lantern to the dirt. It don't bite or tear its victims. No, it's worse than that. The jack-o'-lantern leads you into the bogs and marshes and leaves you there to slowly sink and slowly die. Oh, oh, Jenny Reen said, her eyes as big as hoe cakes. There ain't no power here on earth to save you once the Jack O'Lantern's got you in its clutches. The onlyest thing that a body can do to protect himself is to take off his outer garment and put it on again inside out. And the foul fiend is instantly deprived of all power to harm, Sister Louisa finished. Well, I'm staying away from that creature, Jenny Reen said, shuddering. She went back to playing with her new baby doll. So, if you watch Brittany Broski, she literally just did an episode where she was dressed up as Uncle Bester, and she talked about the origin of, like, Halloween and the origin of the jack-o'-lantern. And this is pretty much what she said. She said that to prevent the jack from taking you, like turn. No, she said something else. It was a superstition. If you hear an owl, it means that someone's soul has been taken, and you turn your pockets inside out. And I'm just like, that episode was so scary. If you watch podcasts, I recommend her podcast. I like her podcast. I watched it. She's good. She's good at talking. In the distance, Jenny Reen could hear singing. I know moonrise, I know starrise. Lay this body down, I walk in the moonlight. I walk into starlight to lay this body down. The slaves were returning from the cotton fields. Jenny Reen saw her mother and father marching in the line. Sister, I'll see you in the morning. I was going to remember about that jack-o'-lantern, Jenny Reen said. The sun is going down. The next afternoon, Sister Louisa said to Jenny Reen, Child, I got to send you on an errand. I want you to go to Miss Catherine's and ask if she could see her way clear to give me a pinch of sassafras roots. And child, trouble is looking for you. Stay on the path and out of them woods. Sister Louisa warned. Yes'm, I ain't looking for no trouble doings with no jack-o'-lantern, says a very meek Jenny Reen. First of all, I don't recommend telling a child that trouble is looking for them, but okay. Jenny Reen started down the road with one thing in her mind. Miss Catherine's, but it wasn't long before she started to wonder. That old jack-o'-lantern best stay away from me, she boasted. Feeling brave, she started singing. Old black bull come down to hollow. He shake his tail, you hear him bellow. When he bellow, he jar the river. He paw the earth, he make it quiver. Who's in John? Who's in John? Thank you for sharing the live, Emerald. I appreciate it. She wandered boldly into the woods. She's barefoot. Okay, she's a slave. Okay, sorry. She wandered boldly into the woods. In the cool of the woods, there was a beautiful red flower. And then a butterfly started to tease, playing butterfly tag. She's getting distracted, man. This is literally like that thing from Sesame Street, like in the 1980s. And then they did like on Family Guy. It was like, I don't know how to like do it, but you know what I mean? Like when the mom sent him to the store and he repeated what he was supposed to get, and then after a while he started throwing in other words. This is exactly what's going on. After a while, Jenny Reen noticed the sun sliding down the sky. Oh no, she said. Sister Louisa is going to be so cross with me. Then she gasped. It's Halloween. Her heart started pounding. There's the owl. Jenny Reen hurried up. But which way had she come? Was it toward that tree or through that small clearing? She wasn't sure. She stopped and crouched near a large rock. She hadn't heard any footsteps, but her skin began to crawl. She felt someone was near. Jenny Reen was terrified, but Sister Louisa had said, There's always a way out of no way. Thinking of Sister Louisa calmed her, and Jenny Wren remembered what to do. Jenny Wren swiftly took off her jacket and put it on inside out. At that same moment, the jack-o'-lantern reached out to touch her, but he touched her too late. Ee-hee-hee, it screeched. Ee-hee-hee, and it ran off toward the marshes, still screaming. Ee-hee-hee-hee. Money Green, thank you for the follow, I appreciate you. Thank you for the follow. Jenny Wren ran the opposite way. She ran and she ran until she couldn't run. She could run no more. Then she collapsed at the bottom of a large moss-covered tree. She wanted to lie there on the cool moss forever, but slowly she stood up. She had to find her way out of the woods. She probably doesn't even remember what she was supposed to get anymore. The sassafras. Crying as she walked with her jacket on inside out, Jenny Wren found the search party that had been sent to look for her. Jenny Wren's mother grabbed her. "My baby girl is all right," she cried. Her daddy kissed her tear-stained cheeks. Sister Louisa handed Jenny Wren her baby doll. She held Jenny Wren last and the longest. Jenny Wren sobbed. "Sister Louisa, I'm sorry. Do you still love me?" "Do you still love me?" Sister Louisa answered. "Child couldn't love you any more if you was the worstest or the bestest one or about the levelest one. If I loved you any more, my heart would break." Aww. That's the search party. But that's scary. That story that Sister Louisa told me was really scary. Jenny Wren's daddy picked her up. Sister Louisa and Mary Ellen were on either side. The rest of the search party followed singing. "There's no rain to wet you. Oh yes, I want to go home. There's no sun to burn you. Oh yes, I want to go home. Oh yes, I want to go home." The end. That was very open. Very open end. I don't know. This book was interesting. It was an interesting format.